kick it and
we're live with my rock star friend who happens to be kind of interested in HEX. How you doing, Scott? What would you like to say to the kids?
Doing great, brother. Happy to be here. Finally, man. We
really
kept running
here.
So, yeah, dude.
It's been hard to get a hold of you lately because you've been not touring, but you've been putting up some music videos and filming.
Yeah.
You live in Hollywood? You live in LA?
No, I'm in Dallas. I left LA a few years ago. Had to get out of there, man.
No shit.
Yeah, I think we originally tried to do this weeks ago, but I think you were moving.
I moved into a new crib about a month ago, but I understand that
congratulations, man.
Lifestyles like yours and mine are very fluid. You gotta roll with the punches sometimes.
Touche, sir. Touche.
So tell us about yourself, Scott. Tell us about who are you anyway?
Man, I'm just some dude that got lucky enough to be in some situations early on that allowed me to make music my whole life. That's about it. Nothing special. I just kind of stumbled into some cool situations. You know, the whole right place, right time thing.
Dude, I mean, that's how I feel about being in HEX.
Yeah.
It's the right place at the right time.
That would have been the right one to stumble into. I wish I had stumbled into it a few years ago. I only just found out about HEX like halfway through January of this year.
January. And what price was it when you found out about it?
It was hovering around like 21 cents.
Damn. So you bought in at 21?
No, I bought in it really quickly after that. It came down to 18. And I bought in at 18 and then it went back up to 21. I bought in at 21. Came down to 15.
For all the people that bought in at 18 like you, and there's a lot of them out there. Apparently, it doesn't seem to phase you that much. But what do you have to say to the people that bought in at 18 cents?
Dude,
now it's at 5 cents, 4 cents.
If they don't know about T-shares and they don't understand HEX, spend 30 hours researching, just learning about it. Because if you can grab a hold of the mathematical concepts behind it, it's a no-brainer. Buy it at 4 cents, buy it at 50 cents. Everybody that bought in at the top, I would have bought in at the top had it been there.
And I have bought the tops before.
Yeah.
In certain cycles, like 2017 Bitcoin. I bought 2017 Bitcoin at $18,000.
Word.
And then I wrote it all the way fucking down to $3,000.
Happens.
And guess what I did? I bought the fucking dip.
Word. Yeah. Bring that DCA all the way, man.
DCA all the way.
That's what I've been doing. I mean, I bought HEX today. Like I'm DCA. Whenever I get some cash, I'm buying. Yeah.
Nice, man. Well, honestly, I don't think you can really get a bad deal under 5 cents personally. I think anything under 5 is going to be laughable when HEX is $3-4.
Agreed. And I think we're hitting this run. Like 2024.
I think we're gonna hit $10-20. And I think we're gonna dip right back down to like $2, $3, $4.
So DCA.
Because it's all cyclical. It's all cyclical.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
So
yeah, I think we'll hit. And I'm nobody to make proper predictions because I don't know. I'm new to this, but I have spent hours and hours and hours, days, weeks, and months learning about it, and the little bit of knowledge that I have, which is not much really about anything. I could see us between 5 and 10 and mid 2024. At least by the end of 2024,
easily
going into 25.
And that's a worst case scenario.
That's very conservative. Yeah. For sure.
I need to be conservative with my audience, because
I think so.
I don't want to overexcite them. But when HEX goes to $100, it's a
good thing.
Maybe consider taking some profit.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
100%.
That's one thing that people don't understand about this whole thing is that it's not like we're just holding forever. Like the staking ladder system insists that you scrape the interest off of your stake and you sell it and you make a nice little hefty 50K return, whatever your return is or whatever. Yep. And then you restake the principal another year from now, another 2 years from now.
Yeah, man.
And it's just like a perpetual money machine.
Let that price climb up a little bit more before I get to making 50K on a scrape. That'd be nice. It'd be a good situation to be in. All in due time. Folks that bought the top, stay the course, man. DCA, bring that average buy-in way down.
Look, man,
and you can do that right now.
You didn't even buy the top, but you bought the lower middle.
Yeah,
you bought the lower middle, and you're still gung ho about HEX. First of all, everybody in the chat, I want to say hi to you guys. Mango Junkie, you're always here for me. You're a new moderator. Congratulations, Mango. You're a mod. David James, what's up?
Yo.
Costs. Monica
Yo.
from MoFit Meals. Really good to see you. Can't wait to see you in Vegas, honestly. And then Zach Davis, my good friend over here. Yeah, buddy. That's right, Zach. Zach's my boy over here. Nobody knows this. Crypto Stylist is hi. Crypto Stylist, you're great. Thank you for tuning in. Hex Bula, Maui, Hex Stream, Hex Mad Room. Man, we got a bunch of people. We got 100 people watching right now. So
Awesome,
guys,
man.
look at who I have in front of me right now. He's not even a typical crypto guy. He's a literal rock star. Like, look at the background right now. He's in his studio, clearly.
I am. It's really hot.
No
windows. Fans.
What I want you to tell me is, how did you get started in music, and why are you in music? And then how did you bridge that gap between music and crypto?
For sure, man. So before I got into music, believe it or not, I was in rodeos. I was a bull rider.
You're a bull rider?
I know I don't look like it now,
what the fuck?
My hair used to be short, didn't look like this, but I was still young. And it was that got me into music. I got injured a lot. But the last time I got injured really, really bad, and I was just while I was healing, I just kind of learned to play guitar just to pass the time. I just wanted to pass the time, and I fell in love with it, and kind of transitioned from touring Texas and Oklahoma and Louisiana instead of rodeos. I started playing.
So you're from Dallas
originally, yeah.
And now where do you reside?
I'm north of Dallas. I left many years ago. Shortly after that, I went to Nashville and became a songwriter, and had some success in the country world, even though that really wasn't my thing. And some really neat opportunities in the rock world opened up.
Success in the country world, as in you made a country music song and it took off?
I wrote some country music songs.
Wrote them. Yeah. Did you find them easy to write?
Yeah.
There's about 4 topics in country music: tractors, mud,
dogs,
fucking your sister.
Yeah. That sort of thing.
I'm just kidding. Hey, country music fans, I'm sorry. Look, right over here, Scott over here, he's a real musician, okay? Obviously, he's been in the business for a while. What was your favorite song to write for that country music stint? Oh, Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea's another one.
Sweet Tea's really good. Trains. you gotta have trains.
Yeehaw, baby.
Favorite country song I've ever written. It's a heck of a question, bro. I think I'm going to have to go with a song that I wrote as a joke with the legend Harley Allen, who was kind of my mentor.
For real?
Yeah, I got lucky and just stumbled into him.
You did stumble into a lot of things, man.
Yeah.
So how'd you get started in music in the first place?
Well, I just learned to play guitar while I was healing from that bull riding injury, and just loved it, and just started doing it, and then liked it and thought I was good enough to give it a shot, and I figured I'd last longer in music than I would in rodeos.
Listen, man, first of all, I think you're right. Second of all, I think there's a lesson to be learned from that. You know what I mean? It's like,
just do it.
Once you find what you really like doing, what makes you feel fulfilled, just fucking go for it.
Just do it.
It doesn't even matter. Like, you're so, like, what I like about you is that you're so unrelated to crypto, but you still love crypto on the back end. You know what I mean? Like, you still have the wherewithal to be like, there's something over here, and I want a part of it.
Dude, 100%. Well, the last couple of years, it's been so strange. It's just been a strange couple of years, and I have a feeling I can see where the tides are taking us. And I'm like, man, how do I best position myself to try to get out of that, try to get away from that, and not be victimized by that? And I discovered Richard Hart in January by accident while I had COVID. The first time I had COVID. I just got over it again. So
hold on. Kind of have by accident.
Yeah.
How by accident?
So I was just fooling around on YouTube once my brain started working from the brain fog the first time in January, and an interview. I kept getting this recommendation from this interview, and it was Richard. I didn't know it at the time, but he was dressed all crazy, but it wasn't super crazy. Like, it wasn't his outrage stuff. And the interview was, I forget the woman's name, but it was in person, and it was professional. It was very good. and he wasn't going nuts or anything, which I like actually, but he was taking it easy before all that started. And I just thought, this something to this, man. This dude knows what he's talking about. And I could see him. And that was important to me. I sat there and watched him, because a lot of what people say, a lot of their words are, words. I think words are less than 10% of what someone's saying. But if you really watch someone, you can learn about them. You can discover what they're saying by how they're saying it, even more so than the words that are coming out of their mouths. Now, the words that were coming out of Richard's mouth they were exceptional. They were awesome. And even though I didn't really know what he was talking about in a lot of cases, I knew that he knew, and I knew that he knew a lot more than she did. And I knew that he knew a lot more than probably everyone. And so I just took a deep dive into RH, man. And I just started watching everything that he did. Same story as a lot of hexicans and pulsicans. And, I got some modern interviews when he was talking about PulseChain and PulseX. I'm like, what is that? And I discovered about the PulseX. I discovered about the sacrifice. I looked into that, and I'm like, well, I'm not getting the best rate right now because it was mid-January, but I just thought, bro, I'm in, man. And so I had to, fight with Binance and Coinbase and all that, trying to get my money off of those exchanges onto a wallet.
Like, here's the thing. It's like, I feel like because you're an artist and I have a creative brain as well, a lot of people that might have never had a sense of purpose or direction can understand one from Richard Hart. The guy, he's a very headstrong, very no nonsense type of human being, but he's also right a lot of the time. And that's what a lot of people are looking for. And especially like, let me just tell everybody right now, I don't like worship Richard Hart, right? Like, he's just another man.
Right.
He's another human being with his flaws, his insecurities, his righteousness, and like his drive and determination. And that's something I just like looked up to. But just like you, I saw him from afar and I said, hey, there's something to see here. And we might as well stick around for the show. Because what he's doing, he's putting on a show.
That's right.
He's putting on a real fucking good show.
You're exactly right.
A real good show.
He's on stage all the time.
He was just on stage with
Korn, yeah.
Korn.
Or, was it Korn, or was it just was it Korn? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah. And it was not the most flattering picture of him, but I was like, dude, you know what? If you're a guy with an idea and a plan, that can go a long way, and that can help a lot of people.
Yeah, man.
Because a lot of people out here, they don't have any sense of direction. They don't have any sense of self-worth. They don't know what they're doing.
That's right.
People like me and you, like we kind of know what we're doing. We kind of have a direction, but it's nice to be on the same team as other people that also have a sense of direction.
And that care. That was
they
the most
really genuinely care about other people. And that's the number one problem that I think people don't realize about Richard Hart. Believe it or not, bros and brodettes in the chat, he actually cares about you.
The man
Believe it or not, he's not doing this for the money, because once you've been rich for 20 years, you start to develop this complex of like, am I just rich or should I be doing more?
Word.
And that's what, like, Richard basically reached his like midlife crisis essentially. And he was like, yo, I should probably be doing a little bit more.
I need to make the world better.
Yeah. And then he started doing it. And so I'm like, yo, I can get behind that. Fuck
Word.
Yeah.
And he did.
He did. He did well.
And when you watch him talk, man, you know that he means what he says. And I like that.
I have a pretty good bullshit detector.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like, I'm a product of the 90s, born in the 90s. Internet era human being.
Yeah, man.
And the one thing you have when you're born in the 90s is you have a real good bullshit detector, because you were one of the only people that was born in the internet era.
True story.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And so people that get triggered by Richard Hart, I think they just, number one, they're probably insecure about themselves. But number two, maybe they were born before that era. And maybe they just don't really get what he's all about.
I could see that. Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. So, I'm a product of the 80s, born in the 80s. And I know exactly what you mean when you say that.
How old are you?
I just turned 40.
No shit. Well, you look about 30.
40. Yeah,
you
man.
Look pretty much 30, bro.
Thanks, man. You know what I attribute that to? I just had a pretty cool life so far. And for them up until, the last couple of years, they were weird years. Our income my wife's a musician too, and she's way better than me. But our income just plummeted. So it's been a stressful couple of years trying to figure things out because the whole world shut down. But up until then, life's been pretty cool, and I'm not going to say stress free, but I probably haven't had a lot of the same stresses that many people have. I got to be on tour for years and years and be in the studio all the time. And so, I didn't even have to worry about the details of that. People were doing all that for me. And there's pros to that, but there's also cons to that because I didn't learn how to do a lot of those things. Like I'm just now starting to, I've stepped away from social and all that stuff years ago. And I'm just now trying to get back into it because it interests me and I see the import of it, but I don't know how to promote. I'm a horrible promoter. I don't know how to do those things. So those are some of the cons of having somebody else.
No matter what you say, Cost over here says Scott's Twitter is official.
What is it? Does he have it listed? Oh,
I think he means that you're official as fuck.
Official. That's what it's going to mean from now on. It's official SFH, like my initial Scott Foster Harris.
Scott Foster Harris.
But I like official as fuck way better.
So what bands are you playing in currently?
So now, I was in the biggest band I was in for a while was a band called LA Guns, which was, they're from the Guns N' Roses family. It's a really complicated scenario, all that. But I left those guys in 2013 or 2014 and put together another band at the time called the League of Gentlemen with Tracy Guns of LA Guns and Guns N' Roses. And we made a couple of records and that was super cool. And then I moved to Europe, and I was in Europe for half a decade where I met the wifey in Vienna, Austria.
Vienna's a beautiful city, by the way. People don't know this, but Vienna's got its shit together. When it comes to cities,
yeah,
Vienna's a very well put together city.
You're right, dude. It was like Europe's best kept secret for the longest time. It's not anymore because it's always at the top.
You get a nice fucking pita with like a nice Euro meat and everything.
100%.
Yeah, it's a beautiful city.
Dude, Lisa talks about that almost every day, how much she misses that in Vienna.
The pitas?
Yeah. Or she calls it, what does she call it? She calls it a, Lisa, if Lisa's watching this, come upstairs and tell me what you call this so I can share this with everybody because it's very important.
It's like the street vendors. Like here in Chicago, the street vendors are selling you hot dogs, like Chicago style.
Yep.
But like in Vienna, they're selling you like pitas with fucking delicious meat, tzatziki sauce.
Just everywhere, man. They'll just slice it right off the rack.
Yeah, they slice it right off the bone. It's good.
Hey, sweet. What is it? What were the she was watching? Come say hi to the camera. Don't step on this because you'll rip it up.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, nice to see you.
I don't think they can't hear. Oh,
wow.
Can you hear in your headphones?
I can hear in my headphones.
Oh, we have 141 people watching. What we'd like to say to the
Hi,
kids.
everyone.
What are the were they gyros or were they euros or what were the things that you like to eat?
What do you mean exactly?
Like the lamb, the stuff that you talk about every day. Oh, the kebab.
Oh, kebab or Wiener Würstel.
Kebabs. A kebab.
Sausage.
A real thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Peter Dennis
Right.
says you should check out Bratislava too. Have you ever been to Bratislava?
Sure have.
Yes.
Have you?
Yeah. The thing about Vienna, man, it's right in the middle of all of it. So you can, there's Bratislava just like an hour and a half away. There's Budapest an hour and a half away. There's Prague a couple of hours north. There's Munich just a few hours to the west. And you go down south and you can, kind of southwest, you can go to Graz and then Klagenfurt, and then you're in Italy. Then you have Croatia and Slovenia all around there. It's a really neat place. It's a really neat hub.
Yeah.
You got Salzburg just a couple of hours away. A lot of good stuff.
Fucking yeah. Great
man.
either way. But so you grew up in a music studio.
I didn't grow up in one, but we have one here in the house now. I guess the house, this used to be like a little theater, like a theater room. And when we got it, I just kind of converted it into the studio because I didn't want to, we moved to Dallas and I didn't want to try to find a studio to go into. And I've acquired a bunch of really, really cool gear over the years and just kind of like, I'm going to rebuild the studio I had here in this room. And dude, I make records. I'm recording here every day, every single day. This is what I do.
So what's your latest project?
I got a lot of them, man. I got like 10 of them open.
Typical musician, huh?
Yeah.
Can't focus on one thing.
Yeah, the project that I'm doing that I'm super passionate about, that's my project, is what I'm doing with my wife. And we're called Orchids Bloom. Orchid like the flower blooming.
I love orchids. Beautiful flowers.
She's obviously the blooming orchid, but that's my passion. That's what we're doing now. And the first record, hopefully we have it out by mid-fall, maybe late fall. It might even pass into the winter. It's been a while in the making because it's a big giant record. And I get hired to do a lot of other projects here. So people will hire me from all over the world. They want me to sing their song or write a song for them or record this or record that. And I'll just do it here. And then I'll send them the files, overseas or wherever they're at from out of here, from out of this room. And that's kind of how I'm making my living right now, man. I'm a studio musician. I never really thought I'd be that, but COVID kind of forced us into that. And here we are.
Look, here's one of the positive side effects of COVID is I think that COVID made people realize, what do you really like to fucking do with your
man.
life? Like, what would you really want to do with your life if you couldn't do anything at all? Because it forced everybody into isolation for 2 years straight.
Yep.
I think some people came out of that with a lot of anxiety and a lot of depression. And other people came out of that with a fucking purpose and a dream.
You're right.
And I think you're one of those people. And I think that Hexicans are also some of those people too, because I don't know if you know this, but when COVID was going on, Hexicans were getting super, super freaking rich. Like we went from that
yes, you were
0 to 10,000x during COVID. You know what I mean? And it felt really good. And guess what? It dropped 90%. And guess what? What's the 90% dip from a 10,000x?
You just DCA that bad boy.
1,000x. So
yeah.
We're all still up. A lot of us 500x, 600x, 700x, like pretty freaking good.
Just right? Salivating at the thought of getting in on that.
And you know what?
Wow.
You know what, brother? We're going to do it all over again in the next bull market.
I think so.
All over again. And I know so because I know the markets are cyclical and I know how this shit works. I've been around the block once or twice.
Actually, man.
This is my third time around the block officially.
Wow.
And I'm young, right? I'm young. I'm younger than you, but I have enough confidence to say with certainty that short of a meteor hitting the earth or a nuclear war, we're all going to make it. Okay? We're all going to make it.
You're right.
And what does that mean? It just means that establish your position now because you don't want to be buying the top. You want to be buying the bottom.
Agreed, man.
You know what I mean?
I was establishing my position a few months ago. As soon as once I learned about HEX after I really absorbed and sacked all that I could for PulseX, wish I could have gotten to PulseChain. But once I understood all that and I really took the deep dive into HEX, I just went off the cliff. I'm like, this is it. Whatever it is in crypto, this is that it. And so, I was establishing my position when we were in the teens. I'm still establishing my position now. I'm going to keep establishing my position, whether we go to 1 cent, which I don't see that at all.
Yeah.
Or whether we go up to, I'm always going to be establishing.
If there was going to be another thing that ever replaces Bitcoin, it will probably take a lot of people by surprise.
Yeah.
It will probably be the thing that no one thinks is going to take off. Will be the thing that overtakes Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Tone Bates said that himself.
Or the thing that's been gate kept.
Innovation comes from the fringes, right? The fringes. You're on the fringe like me, right? Yeah. We're a bunch of weirdos. And we're out here and we're open-minded enough to new ideas. But you got to realize 99% of these new ideas will fail. But
that's absolutely correct.
Why did I double down on HEX? It's because
it works.
Product market fit, good code, good community, good founder, good website, good memes. It's got all the right pieces of the puzzle to be the next big thing. And I've been pitched the next big thing like every single day. Yeah, every single day, somebody's like, yo, I got the next best thing. I got the new thing. Hear me out. And I'm like, okay, let me hear you out. And it's usually not that great. It's usually not that great. I mean, to me, HEX is it.
Agreed.
PulseChain is especially going to be it for the next year after it launches. Like it's going to be crazy hype train.
Yeah, man.
Did you get involved in the sacrifice phase?
Not for PulseChain. I was way too late for that, and my heart breaks almost every day at the thought of it. I did get in on Pulse.
Well, guess what, Scott? You're going to get an opportunity to buy the dip because you know what's going to happen when PulseChain launches.
Boom, boom.
Exactly. So we're gonna have a lot of people buying it up, and then a lot of short-term profit takers in the first week or two. They're going to be happy that they got a 2x or a 3x on their money.
Let them.
Or maybe a 4x, maybe a 5x.
I'll be there to buy it.
Dump it for a 5x, and then you can buy that dip. You can scoop it up for probably pretty much near sacrifice prices.
That would just be.
And then guess what? If you have a year of your life to spend, instead of witnessing a 5x, you could probably witness 100 to 1,000x.
Easy, dude.
Easy. Put $1,000 in, make $1 million back.
Like
Sounds
I'm not.
good to me.
I'm not selling any. I'm not selling any of my RH products
Well, first of all,
for
you
several
don't want to
years.
sell it, number one, for
Period.
long-term gains capital tax.
True.
So why wouldn't you hold for it minimum 1 year?
Yeah.
But you know, Scott, that some people are going to dump it right away.
Sure.
Some
And I'll
people
be
are
there
going
to
to
buy
dump
it.
away.
I'll be buying it. I'm going hard in on day one. I don't care. Just for peace of mind. I just need to know that I'm there. I need to know that I have a bag, even though if it never comes back down, cool. I've got a bag. I'm going to be DCing all the way up for my lifetime. But
I think
if
you
it
might
comes
be
back down,
surprised how big
great.
your bag can get. See,
Yeah,
that
man.
was the thing about me too, is like I bought when HEX came out, I bought on day 2 and then it dropped 90%. And guess what? I bought more.
Yeah, you did.
I bought
Yeah,
more.
you did.
And that first 30 to 60 days is going to be crucial for who's the believers, and who's the short-term speculators.
Yeah, man.
That's going to determine the wheat from the chaff, the men from the boys.
What
You know what I mean?
was it? This popped in my head. I got to ask you, what was it on day, if you're a day 2 HEX and you bought in on day 2 and then you continued to buy even after it crashed hard, what was it that caused you to go in so hard on this brand new product from a brand new creator at the time? Like, we have something to look back on, and you know, RH has an amazing track record now. And so many more people can feel super comfortable going hard into PulseChain and PulseX and any derivatives they want. You didn't have that with HEX. What was it that made you think to yourself, this is it? Had you studied a lot about it beforehand, or did you just roll the dice?
I had been in crypto for 5 years previously. I got into crypto in 2015.
So badass.
HEX launched in 2019. So I guess I'd been into crypto for 4 years.
So you knew what was what then?
I knew what worked and what didn't work. I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of empty promises come and go. HEX was a finished product when it launched. So HEX was done, was finished, finito, audited by 3 people, right? 3 different audits. And I knew that with Richard Hart backing it, HEX was basically the narrative of all of cryptocurrency. So what is the narrative of cryptocurrency, right? It's to replace the products at a bank, right? It's not to decentralize. It's not to bank the unbanked. That's not the narrative. So people will tell you that crypto is to bank the unbanked. That's not fucking true. What crypto is for is to make you the bank.
Yes.
You are the bank. Fuck the banks in the first place. Like,
power.
The banks when have they ever had your best interests in mind?
Never.
And they've been basically creating the narrative for the cultural, CNN, Fox News. They're on both sides.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. 100%.
So look, what if we can make a better system? We did. We had Bitcoin. Bitcoin paved the way. Bitcoin walked so that HEX could run.
Yeah, man.
So we invented HEX. And we said HEX can address a total addressable market that's larger than Bitcoin's market. If Bitcoin is a store of value that landed on gold, it tried to be peer-to-peer cash. It failed. It ended up being gold.
That's right.
Gold is only $7 trillion worldwide. CDs in the US and China alone are $7.2 trillion. If the goal of cryptocurrency is to replace all the products at a bank, why not replace the second most popular product at a bank after checking accounts, savings accounts? CDs, time deposits, whatever country, jurisdiction you're in, we all have a product that's essentially you lock up your money, get paid interest. But instead of getting paid pitifully low interest that you would be paid from a sovereign nation such as London or the UK or whatever, you get the same parameters. You get paid longer for locking up. You get paid more for locking up longer, right?
Word.
But you get to hold your own private keys, hold your own coins, not your keys, not your coins. You know the deal. And start off with a relatively small liquidity pool and make it retail friendly for the first 4 years, 5 years, which is what we're doing right now, mind you. We're doing that right now. And by the time that HEX hits the institutional money, it'll be too late.
Oh, dude.
You want to get in before PulseChain. You want to get in before institutions get in on this. A lot of people feel like they're too late for HEX.
No, man.
Dude, you are
no.
We're gonna be like, oh my god, you got in before PulseChain launched. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Like, why?
I didn't
before PulseChain. Like, as far as I'm concerned, if you're involved right now, you're an OG until PulseChain launches.
Word. I like that. I'll be an OG all day.
You are an OG.
It's
bro.
like somebody saying, I didn't get into Bitcoin in 2011 because
and they got into 2013 instead.
2010
Like,
I didn't
my
get into
God,
Bitcoin.
I bought into Bitcoin at $30 instead
Like,
of
bro,
$1. It's like,
Yeah. It's like,
okay, like, and what are you gonna
great.
do about it?
Good for you is what people should be saying.
Honestly, good for you, but also $30 to 60K.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. That's what I mean. Like,
You know
people
what I mean?
should,
Like, there's plenty of meat on the bone for everybody.
if dude gets in at $1 on Bitcoin or dude gets in at $30 on Bitcoin, the answer that the whole world should be telling dude is good for you, man. You crushed it. Dude might have thought he didn't crush it when he bought at 30, but dude crushed it. Stay the course, man. Just like, it sounds like you did, just like you did.
Well, I stayed the course because I believed in the narrative, and I'm helping to propagate the narrative.
Heck yeah.
So the narrative is basically like, the goal of crypto is to replace the corrupt bankers with their shitty customer service, their shitty banking hours, and replace it with something self-sovereign that you own your own keys, that you don't have to go to anybody to ask them to spend your own money.
Yeah, you don't have to beg for your money, like Richard says.
Free money.
Been there many times.
That's it.
Yeah, dude. It's an exciting time.
It's an exciting time to be alive, dude.
I love what you said.
Exciting time to be alive, and like people that are not even in crypto, people that are in music, people that are in fashion, people that are legitimate NFL football players. They're like, have you seen this?
Yes, I have. Dude, I've been sharing, like, wherever I go.
Mexicans are the most widespread, like, culturally defined people across many walks of life.
Isn't that cool?
Many walks of life.
That's super cool.
And you're one of them. You're one of those weirdos that's like, yo, I'm a fucking
proud
musician. And guess what? I'm also a Hexican.
I was a weirdo way before Hex, but now I'm happy to be a Hex weirdo. 100%.
Well, look, man, we're all weirdos here, but like you were a weirdo in the right way possible. So I like reaching out to people like you because I know that you have a different industry. You have a different bone to pick with different people.
Yeah, man.
You know different people. Like
I do.
Be honest.
I've been onboarding.
Scott, be honest. When you talk about crypto to your musician friends, how many people roll their eyes versus how many people are actually interested?
I almost get no one rolling their eyes. And but at the same time, I don't talk to people about it that I don't really know very well. Like the people that I talk to are people that I have a past with somehow, whether it was music or whether it was some other endeavor. And so they know that I never talk to anybody about anything, but they know I'm bringing this to them. So they're going to listen, they're going to pay attention, and they ask questions and I do my best to answer them. I've acquired a bunch of knowledge, like I said in the beginning, so I can answer questions. They don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I kind of overwhelm them with information initially, just so that they know that I know what I'm talking about. And then I break it down RH style. So I just crush people kind of like that. I just crush people with a lot of information. And then they're like, okay,
it's easy when you have the truth on your side, right?
Yes, you're 100% right. If you have to make things up, people, like you said, people know that, man. Dude, everybody has
in 2022. People have the best bullshit radars that they've ever had before.
100%.
They have to. They have to.
Yeah, they have to. They're getting fed nonsense. They're getting fed bird feed every day. Just go to YouTube and 19 out of 20 videos is just bird feeds. Nothing. It's nonsense.
YouTube University.
Get you wrecked.
Scott, what do you think about the daily technical analysis? Fucking YouTubers out there.
I'm not a technical analysis kind of guy.
I'm a macro guy too.
I can appreciate it. I think there's an art to it and a science to it, and probably the amalgamation of those two, the combination of those two together. You got to find a balance. I'm guessing. I don't know because I don't know anything about charts. When I look at charts, I just kind of get a feeling. I can't tell you what a Fibonacci is. I can't tell you what any of those things are. Because it was never important to me. Yeah, I was more of a macro. It was more of a step back. Look at the mechanics of HEX, which I learned a lot about, and the mechanics of PulseChain.
So you know what the intuition that I get off of when I read the charts about HEX, I actually get this intuitive feeling that HEX is in fact leading the market. So we topped before Bitcoin topped.
We topped before everybody. Yeah, you're exactly right.
I think we actually bottomed before everything else bottomed too. I think we're just swishing around right now. We're flopping around like a floppy fish.
I kind of do too.
Guess what? I don't think that we're going to go down with the rest of the ship.
I don't either.
The reason why is that I think we have quite a few. The Hexakin community is smarter than your average individual.
100%, dude.
100%. And so we have been able to wash off all the dummies from, selling, and, all the dumb idiots that would have sold. I think in Hex had probably sold. So basically, we're just a bunch of smart guys and girls waiting around till we see a big whale buy, and then we're ready to fucking deploy capital.
Yeah, man.
I think that we've already reached the bottom in Hex, but I don't think we've reached the bottom in the macro bear market.
I agree with that 100%. If we go any lower in Hex, I think it'll just be a wick.
Okay? I'm not a fucking prophet.
Yeah, I hear you. I could see it going down. I can see it wicking down or going down for a brief period of time, but it won't stay down for long. There too many people know. Too many people are hungry for this. I think, and I don't know anything, but I think too many people are hungry. Too many people are stoked about what PulseChain is going to bring. And if it goes down at all from here, it's going to, I think it'll either be a wick or a very short period of time. And everybody's got limit orders all over the place between here and a penny. So we won't be going down for very long because there's not not enough Hex to buy.
Yeah.
So, it'll just be a wick down or a brief stent down. That's what I'm hoping
because we already had our wick down to like 2 cents.
We did
right back up to like, it was like 3.5 and then boom, right back up to 4.
I didn't get
around there because guess what? The kind of money that's in Hex is not dumb money.
Right.
It's actually relatively smart money. I mean,
there
are idiots that decide to be day traders. You know what I mean? They think they're going to be a day trader and they think they're going to make out like a bandit overnight and get rich in a week or two. Those guys all have to learn the hard way, but I think in Hex they've all learned that, and that's why they're in Hex in the first place.
We can hope so. I don't have a crypto background. I don't have a crypto background. My crypto background kind of begins here. So I don't have anything to relate it to. You've been through a couple of cycles. Wow, it's awesome. What an incredible wealth of knowledge. I wish I had that because this as the future.
You have your creative knowledge. Now you have your financial knowledge.
Yeah.
The only thing that you need left is your physical. Do you work out?
Yeah. Yeah.
You work? Oh, so you got them all. You got the trifecta, bro.
I didn't work out for the last couple of weeks because I was in Nashville recording a couple of music videos. And then as soon as I got back, I got crushed with COVID, which I'm just now getting over. Just now.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
You look healthy and young. You look.
Thanks, man. Well, I recovered a lot faster this time. I still had, it hit me hard physically for a day or two. The brain fog that stayed with me for a while. It's still kind of there a little bit, but nowhere near as much as it was.
Hey man, you're a smooth talker. Hey, guess what? I got to go to the bathroom. Can you keep the crowd entertained while I'm gone?
For sure.
All right. Hey guys, I'm gonna let you with Scott real quick. Bye-bye.
While I was, I'll tell the crowd. While I was down with COVID, once the brain fog started to lift a little bit, once the brain fog started to lift a little bit, I wrote a song about PulseChain. And when Coffee gets back, I'm going to see if he'll let me play it. I'm excited about it. I've only played it a few times since I wrote it because this was very recent. But I can stumble my way through it. So it should be fun. I'm stoked about it. But let me touch on something he was saying earlier. I know that there's a lot of pain out there for a lot of folks that bought too high. You didn't buy too high. You got a great deal no matter where you bought, whether you got that 2 cent wick, which I didn't. I tried, but I didn't. I got a lot of 3.2, I think was the best price I got. Or whether you bought all the way at the top, stay the course, man. And don't look at HEX like you would any other crypto, because it's not like any other crypto. The CD, even though it's not technically a CD, you may as well call it a CD, a certificate of deposit. Look at HEX as a long-term thing. And I know people don't like that, the long-term verbiage. They like the idea of short-term verbiage. Dudes, there's just, except for getting super lucky by accident now and then, there is no short-term verbiage worthy of mentioning. This is a long-term play. And the time's going to go by anyway. So the choice is say you bought 40 cent HEX or 50 cent HEX. Okay, you have 50 cent HEX. A year from now, HEX is going to be way above that. A year is going to come either way. So you may as well ride that out, DCA down while you still can, while these prices are still crazy, because they are. These are crazy prices. We're very fortunate, I would say, to have this opportunity. Even if it's $100, pick up a couple thousand hex, man, for $100. No big deal. Get it. Get as much as you can. Bring that number down. But the time's going to go by anyway. 365 days from now is going to happen. And it's, even though it's a long-term concept, it's a year, man. It's really not long-term. Every year that you get older, you realize just how much faster that year comes and goes. It goes really quickly. So dudes, just buy in and stake it if you don't want to worry about what to do with it every day. I know that a lot of folks provide liquidity. Awesome. A lot of people try to trade it. Okay, not me, because the few times I've tried to do that, I've gotten just completely wrecked because I don't really know what I'm doing, and I don't have time to understand it, and I don't want to commit the time or the energy to try to acquire that knowledge. I don't want to commit the time to try to do that. So what do? Man, I just stake and forget. And I think that's the big brain issue. I don't want to say I'm not calling myself big brain, dude. That's the easiest thing to do. Stake and forget. I don't have the time to acquire all the knowledge. I don't want to acquire all the knowledge. I do what I do. HEX is my long-term play. HEX is for me, at least, HEX is the financial future. That's my financial future. I believe that's going to free me up, and the PulseChain. I believe that's going to free me up to where I don't have to take any jobs I don't want to take. I don't have to make music I don't want to make. I don't have to do anything I don't want to do, and I can concentrate exclusively on my calling. So point is, if you bought the top, it's a temporary top, dudes. Let a year go by. It goes by quickly. And keep DCAing and stake that bad boy.
People get a little salty.
Thank me later
about the fact. Thanks, Scott. In 2 years, okay. People don't realize that everything in this world is cyclical.
You're right.
Everything,
even music,
especially music.
Dude, look at them. Like, I'm not a country music guy, but listen to it. It's like 80s rock. It's all cyclical. Everything.
Pour some sugar on. It's that shit. It's that shit, dude. It's fucking.
You're right.
Same 4 chords. It's hair rock. You got the hair. How long have you been growing that up for?
Dude, once I got out of rodeos and started making music, I was 18. Since then, and it's been a lot longer than this, a lot of times. And then Lisa, she cuts it. She takes a straight razor and just kind of chops it and brings it back up to here. Then it just kind of grows out again.
She takes it to the chop shop.
Yeah. Normally I don't have this either, but this was my COVID beard. And yeah, she kind of likes it. She's like, yeah, keep
so people in the chat don't know this, but I asked Scott for a picture for the thumbnail, and he sends me a goddamn photo shoot of every single picture he's ever taken in his life.
Oh no.
Like, high quality, like professional. I'm like, damn, dude. Like,
there was a few super high quality ones. I didn't know what you wanted, so I sent you a couple of pro shots and then a couple of behind the scenes shots of me with a huge mustache and a beard and panties on my head with hair sticking out.
Yeah, I know that one. That was a good one.
I thought you were going to use that one.
I almost used that one, but then I figured, maybe PG-13.
Word, we do what we must.
Maybe next time I'll use that one. Hey, look. Johnny Chaos said Scott made me buy more HEX. He didn't make you. Okay, no one made you do anything.
It's a good move, Johnny. I like all your posts on Twitter, man. You probably noticed me liking them all.
Yeah, man.
You want me to sing? Want me to sing a song about PulseChain?
Yeah.
I don't know how I don't know how it'll sound through the compressors, but
dude,
I'll give it a shot.
I'll mute my thing. Let's go. You got a song about PulseChain?
You don't have to mute your thing,
dude.
This is gonna.
Yeah, you made a song about PulseChain?
While once I started coming out of COVID, this time around, and my brain kind of worked, I just felt inspired and just wrote a song for shits and giggles about PulseChain.
Good riff?
Ish.
Let's hear it. Come on.
Tell me, I don't know if this is going to be loud.
You heard it here first, okay? Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, if this is loud, is that too loud? I don't know how the compressors are going to act. Da 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 da. Is that loud?
Perfect. Perfect.
Cool. All right, dudes. PulseChain song. I don't know what else to call it. Well, I drifted off again at work, thinking about PulseChain. And occasionally I think back to that twerk, Richard Hart bringing his game. Even though I missed the sacrifice 'cause I came too late, day one I'm still making it rain. I drifted off again at twerk work, thinking about PulseChain. All right. I get in on the sacrifice on this one. So, well, I woke up in a sweat last night, dreaming about PulseX. Won't be long before I'm going to bed, wearing a Rolex. There's so much to love about it, I can't pick my favorite. It's almost better than... I woke up in a sweat last night, dreaming about PulseX. You know, had to. All right, last verse. Probably the most important verse I've ever written of any song in my life.
Why, everybody?
If you want to be set for life, you better stake your HEX. May as well start with 5555, a financial suplex. Generational wealth is just a click away. It's a Nobel Prize worthy flex. If you want to be set up for life, you better stake your HEX. A financial suplex. Nobel Prize worthy flex. You better stake your HEX.
Financial suplex.
You know, COVID Haze does a lot of cool stuff.
That's cool, man.
I'm actually gonna record. I'm gonna make a proper recording.
You should probably record that, man. You should probably record that. I mean, you got all the goodies around you.
Yeah, man. You know, it gets really hot in here.
Yeah, it gets hot in here too, bro.
You might hear like fan noise or something. That's because that's, you know, I've got the AC as low as it'll go and the fan's just going.
I'm on the 50th floor and the sun just beats in like it's nobody's business. I'm like, God damn it, bro.
Just getting crushed.
Yeah.
We do what we must. You know,
we do what we must that other people can do what they can.
You moved into the 50th floor. That's badass, dude.
50th floor, baby.
Wow, that's badass. Good for you.
Thanks, man. Hey, I'd love to have you over sometime.
Yeah, man. Whenever you're in Chicago, right?
Dallas, Chicago, Dallas.
Whenever I'm in Chicago, I'll holler at you. I promised you a beer. I promised you first beer on me.
Hey, bro, congrats.
We're gonna do that.
Tommy Villas wants me to congratulate you, and I do congratulate you on that one. You're a true creative type. You know, I love interviewing people like you because you're not trying to fucking sell me anything.
I don't have shit to sell.
Yo, I like HEX, and then I'm in a different world than you, and I love connecting those two worlds because guess what? HEX is universal. HEX is not just for crypto nerds in their mom's basement. HEX is for fucking rock stars like Scott, for sure.
It's a game changer, man.
And guess what? It's for fucking athletes. Like we've had professional NFL players get on board with HEX.
Yeah.
We've had professional musicians like yourself. We've had a lot of different walks of life, and we're inclusive. I think that's the thing that people need to realize about HEX is that it's an inclusive community.
That's right.
It's not an exclusive. Like, you know, Bitcoin, they're exclusive.
From
they say if you don't like Bitcoin, fuck you.
Yeah, and from what I've seen,
that's no way to go about adoption.
I think you're right.
The only reason people adopt this shit is because they want to be part of the winning team. And we are the winning team.
Well stated. Well stated. That's why I tell my friends about it. I've helped manage and set up a variety of wallets for people that want to get in that don't know what they're doing. I'm like, dude, give me some money. I'll set it up for you. I'll show you how to do it. This is what you do. Here are your words. Don't share them with anyone ever. You know, go to ledger.com or Trezor, order one, get it shipped to you, bring it over to me. We'll set it up. We'll get you going. And then you just sit on that, and you can dive into, you can go down the rabbit hole and learn as much as you want to about it. I hope that you do. If you don't, you can ask me questions. So I've kind of become like the go-to guy, just to like help the people that I've got involved in this. Friends here in Dallas, friends in Nashville, friends all over. I've been kind of the guy just to help them get it set up. I'm managing some wallets for my mom. Like, you know, why wouldn't I do that?
Bro, I manage wallets for my entire family.
Yeah. Right.
Like my mom, my dad, my sister.
Yeah, dude.
And guess what? I bought these
think we
wallets
have
like
to.
1.5 years ago. Meaning like they have made easily 100 to 500x on their money.
Yeah, dude.
And I was like, oh, you don't think it's real now? You really don't think it's real?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? You could sell that $400 for $40K right now.
Wow. That's going to be a good day when I can make that
claim. And in the next 2 or 3 years, you could probably do it all over again.
Yep.
Not all over again, but like
just sell
$40 into at least 20K.
It's like, dude, get that long-term horizon. Just sell what you need and restake everything else, man. Why wouldn't you do that?
I mean, look, Hex Hodler says it right. He's like, we got to chew people's ears off. And look, I know they don't want to hear it, but the whole point of this whole fucking thing is to get new people on board, right? And you're one of those guys out here in a new industry, a different industry, very successful in new industry, and you're getting new fucking people in.
Yeah,
new people that are not crypto nerds. That's why I like you, Scott.
Right on, man. Well, that's this, that's the secret to everything. Like you said it in your short today. I watched it. Getting new people in that's key to everything. Everything in life.
Everything in life.
Everything in existence. Getting new people in. That's paramount. Because
yeah, you want to give new people into your music, you got to go out there and play music.
Yeah, you're right, man.
You want to get new people into crypto, you got to get out there and tell them what your crypto does. And our crypto literally replaces a CD.
So I'm getting to a point where, I just started stumbling back into the social media world. And I'm just started doing that. And I've started like for the last month, and I've been making a bunch of videos, like motivational videos, because I really don't know what else to make. And motivation's very important to me. It's like food. I'm making those videos really for me and just to keep me excited and keep me going, because it's like my daily bread. It's like I need that. I find that I'm so much more productive if I just, even if nobody sees it, if I make it, I put forth the effort and I make it and I say those things and I mean it. I have to mean it in order to say it. If I make it and I put it out there, that gives me fuel. It keeps me going. So, and it holds me accountable. And I like that. I need that. I think we all need as much self-accountability as we can possibly shoulder in all walks of life. But my point was, and I'm making a couple of other different types of videos that interest me, but what the goal here is, I want to get to a point where I want to make HEX related, PulseChain related, PulseX related, and anything else that might interest me in that world. I want to make short videos, and I just want to crush them on TikTok, and I want to crush them on YouTube Shorts, and I want to crush them on Instagram Reels, because that's
the thing about TikTok. These 60-second videos, it's basically like, so I was having this similar thought to you the other day, where a TikTok or a YouTube Short is basically this. It's basically a verbalized tweet. Like, you know how in Twitter you have to hit hard in 240 characters?
Yeah.
Well, in Twitter and YouTube Shorts, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, you have to hit hard in 1 minute.
Yeah.
If you don't catch them so the first 5 seconds is called the hook, right? The hook.
Yeah, I'm learning all about it. Yeah.
Here's what you think, and here's why you're fucking wrong.
Word.
And let me tell you why you're wrong.
People be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. And then, are you triggered by this? Good, because let me explain why you should be triggered. Because the government is literally deflating your money every day. Less purchasing power. The only way out is cryptocurrency. What's the better cryptocurrency than Bitcoin? Something that's newer, something with more price potential to pump.
Yeah.
What's the only reason that people buy cryptocurrency in the first place? Number go up. Look, you have to play to the algorithm. Actually, I'm just kidding. I love doing clickbait.
Right on.
I love it. It's so fun for me, but I really do not want my personal demeanor to come off as like clickbaity. Like,
it doesn't.
Half of my shit is to get you to click on it, and the other half is to get you to actually hear what I have to say, because
Yeah,
I do have
man.
some things to say.
No, you come off as genuine and all.
Thank you.
Yeah,
But some people will look at my titles and thumbnails only, and they'll be like, "That guy's a scammer. Fuck him." And it's like, well, did you actually listen to what I said?
no,
out
they
loud?
didn't. They
Like,
didn't. And who cares?
chances are they did not.
Yeah, don't cast your pearls before swine, man. Doesn't matter. You need those titles and those thumbnails, which I don't know how to make, but
Well, how do you do that?
that's
in
one of my
music?
things.
How do you
But
do that in music?
How do I get?
How do you
Really?
get flashy titles in music?
The reason that I'm able to do what I'm doing now is because of my past. I think, if I didn't have the name that I have, and it's not a big, awesome name at all, but I have a name, I have something. If I didn't have that, I probably wouldn't be getting all the work that I'm getting now. People that are looking, people have found a way to reach out to me to get me to hire me to do things. I wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't for my past. So I'm grateful for the notoriety that I attained in my past. What I don't know if I could do that now. Like if I had to start from scratch now, and
Well, look, Scott, let me ask you
I know it's
something.
doable. I've just always had people do it for me. I don't know how to do it, and I want to learn. I want that.
If people had to follow you on Spotify, where would they find you?
You just Google me. Just Google
Scott Foster Harris,
or just look me up in search. You'll find
the
a bunch
got
of stuff.
3 names, guys. You do Scott Foster Harris.
Yeah. Well, I just when I was young and I started doing this, I just realized like Scott Harris is a pretty common name, so I need to do something to differentiate myself. And I thought, well, my middle name's kind of cool, so I'll just do Stevie Ray Vaughan deal and roll with all of them.
Foster the people.
Word, yeah. That's fun.
Tommy says, just keep showing up, Scott. Honestly, that's what I did too. Just keep showing up every day. Get something new to say. Get a little bit different twist on what you have to present in front of people.
Yeah, man.
Give them the novelty. Give them a little bit of novelty and a little bit of habit. It's the habit novelty life cycle that keeps people involved.
Yep.
People love what you have to say, but they also love the new ideas that you have. And you have to keep the ratio of novelty to habit at about a 0.5.
Word. Ratio. I love that.
No, it's for real.
I think you're exactly right, man.
Yeah. So like when you're
a great statement,
right? Everyone wants you to play the hits, but once in a while,
that shit gets old.
You got to make some new shit though sometimes. Yeah. So
it gets old so fast.
You need it gets old for you, but it doesn't get old for them.
I know, and that's why we do it.
Music is different than like something like comedy, for example, where like you can't tell the same joke twice. You can sing the same fucking song for years and years and years.
You're right.
You know what I mean? So you're in a good industry. Right.
When it was Da Vinci that when asked what was the supreme art, was it visual art, painting at the time, and sculptures, or was it music? And he answered, he felt as though the visual arts were more important at that time because they had lasting power. Because when somebody plays something,
because of the technology was not available.
That's right. I wonder what he would say now that we have the ability to listen to the same piece of art over and over again.
Scott, I think now you can't differentiate one from another. The music arts and the visual arts are one and the same. They are now eerily similar.
And we did
not have the same technology that they had back then.
It's very interesting.
So when you go out and you make a music video, that's what you're doing. You're combining 2 art forms in one.
Well stated.
Right? And people are craving that. People are craving novelty, and they're craving it so much that they don't want just one new art form. They want 3 combined in one.
Yeah, dude.
They want
crushing
words,
with art.
They want your visuals. They want your body to move. They want everything about it.
You're right. I'll move that body, man. I'll give them some visuals, and I'll throw some words at their faces.
Give the people what they want, brother.
You know? Not afraid to move somebody, you know?
Hell yeah.
Dude, you mentioned in your stream the other day that you're getting into music now.
Yeah, so I started taking an Ableton Live course. So I actually just yesterday I learned how to make drum pads on the keyboard.
Score. Heck yeah, man.
Bring the hi-hat in. Open hi-hat. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Get filthy. Throw some filthy bass in there.
It's so much fun. I can only imagine how much fun you've been having for the last 10 years.
It's cool to be able to do it, man.
It's so fun. I'm just using like generic loops and
man.
slap an EQ8 on there. If I can take out the lows, take out the highs.
Are you going to be concentrating on electronic music? Is that your bag?
Pretty much.
Cool.
Yeah. But like I want to make something like no one's ever heard before.
Understood.
You know, like something like very unique, something very different.
Yep.
I don't like EDM the way it is today. I think it's what EDM basically became is like one person makes a novel sound and then 1,000 people copy them.
Everybody
You know,
does.
no, 1,000 people copy the new guy. So I like a few new people. Like I like Daft Punk. I like Justice. I like Cascade. I like the people that pioneered their sound.
Yeah, me too.
But like I like even Avicii who died. You know, I like State of Trance by Armin van Buuren. Like he invented trance music. But like the people that invented these genres, everyone else just catches on. Like they're like a fish on a whale's belly.
You're right.
Yeah.
You know who, even though he's been around a while, who I really, 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 really like? Deadmau5. I really like
Deadmau5 is super fucking autistic. I love the guy.
I've never met him, but I would like to one day. His melodies are wonderful. His everything about the music that he makes is wonderful. But the most important part to me is the sonics, the sound, because he runs the majority of his music, at least I think like post 2010. He runs it all through lots of analog gear, so it takes a lot of that digital.
Have you seen his live his studio?
No.
He goes inputs, outputs, manual.
Good for him.
Same with Justice. That's why I like Justice. You ever see him live?
I don't.
Dude, they literally do analog synths the old-fashioned way.
Good for them, man.
Yeah.
That's why it sounds so good.
It sounds so good because it's
big
clean,
and ballsy.
You have to think about it before you do it,
dude.
Yeah,
you need to get him in on HEX somehow.
Can you imagine I get Deadmau5 on my channel?
That'd be great.
I probably won't.
People be all over it. I wish I knew how to. I wish I had a connection. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, eventually one day I'll have more than a crypto podcast, and it'll all be good.
Word.
Yeah. Listen, man, we're at an hour. Do you want to plug your shit?
I don't really have any shit to plug. Follow me on Twitter, man.
Find you at, Scott?
I'm so, as you've heard me mention a couple of times, I'm trying to get the social thing happening, and I'm trying to get YouTube happening. Dude, YouTube's hard. Like I almost have no traction on it, but I'm trying.
Clickbait titles. That's what I'm saying.
That's what they tell me. And
look, I will put your links in my description below, and you might get a little bit of traffic.
Cool. That'd be awesome. You know, everybody's going to find, there's going to be like 50 motivational videos on there. That's about it. But I'm transitioning into crypto, but dude, like you could sit down and crush those motivational videos and just feel good about your day moving forward. Like
literally, as long as you're buying your own, if you're eating your own dog food, everything's good.
Yeah, man. Well, you know what else? And then we can hop off. Napoleon said, persistence is the key to victory, or he might have said it's the most important.
That wasn't Napoleon. That was
Napoleon did say it.
Coolidge
said it.
Let's read the quote.
He would have said it after Napoleon then. Was Calvin Coolidge before or after Napoleon?
Coolidge was actually so
one of
the fraternity
one of those guys said
at college actually we had to memorize all the lines of Calvin Coolidge Persistence.
Dude, what was the fraternity you were in?
Fiji, Phi Gamma Delta.
What college did you go to?
Too much information.
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha.
Guess what?
Gotta get used to that.
Watch this. Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius,
right?
Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not.
True.
The world is full of uneducated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan "Press on, Piaget" has always solved and will always solve the problems of the human race. The end.
Everybody, take that shit to the bank. Real words. And then be your own bank.
Be your own bank. Buy some HEX.
Take that shit to your own bank.
Be the fucking bank.
Dude, that's a good quote. Good ending, man.
Scott, hey, would love to have you on again sometime. Great to meet you, brother.
Truly a pleasure. I enjoyed it.
Adios, friend. Hey, everyone in the chat. Love you guys. Like, subscribe. Talk to you on the next one. Go look up Scott on Spotify. Yeah.
Yeah, find me. I'm there.
Scott Foster Harris. Bye-bye.
Cheers.